Hey, what's up guys, it's RyanSRT264, and it is rare most of us will be able to celebrate a film's 90th anniversary. Think about it, a film that is so legendary, that has stood the test of time for 90 years. I can't even say that about 90% of the films that have released 2 years ago. Especially the Star Wars films that Disney has made. That was like 8 years ago, and they're all completely forgotten. But King Kong isn't like that. King Kong is one of the most legendary films for a bunch of reasons. I cannot praise this film enough. This is one of, if not the best film of all time. It's got action, it's got excitement, it's got likable characters, it's got some of the best visual effects, I might add you, that have defeated CGI and rubber suits for almost 90 years. Nothing has come so close. The brilliance of Willis O'Brien and his stop-motion creatures will always be legendary. The King Kong effects, the stop-motion, the dinosaurs, all the jungles that look like they go on for infinity. I mean, the amount of hard work these filmmakers put into these films is insane. Not only that, it was one of the very first talkies, as they were referred to as, where you actually have people talking and the dialogue and music. It has one of the best scores of all time. And King Kong's roar is so iconic. It was a mixture of lion and tiger and a couple other animals. I mean, it's just amazing to think that here we are 90 years later and we're still able to celebrate this masterpiece of a film. I don't even know what else to add. Talk about the story? Well, Carl Denham, an eccentric filmmaker, decides to go to Skull Island to film his next picture with this beautiful Ann Darrow, who, I'm not gonna lie, I think women back then looked just a little bit better. As regardless of the point. And the two of them find King Kong, and then Ann is taken to be a sacrifice for King Kong, and King Kong finds some interest in her. Then he goes off with her into the jungle, and Denham and his crew follow. They fight this giant Stegosaurus, and they fight this giant Brachiosaurus, and then they're going after King Kong through the dense jungles, and then they fall into the spider pit, and then the log falls down, then King Kong fights a giant T-Rex, then he fights this other lizard-like monster, serpent monster in these caves with lava and smoke, and you have two actors on screen, and it's like, how did they do that? And it's just awesome. And then go from the jungles and the fighting with the natives, which still looks really awesome. And King Kong's picking up natives by, his mouth and stomping on them. And then he gets into the city and causes more chaos and destroying the train. And, oh man. And then the epic final fight on the Empire State Building with Marion C. Cooper actually cameoing as pilots, flying around, shooting at King Kong, and then that beautiful scene where he puts Ann down and he falls off, and the music and the look of the animal, and just, beauty kills beast. It is an amazing movie, and I highly recommend anybody who hasn't seen this film, for whatever the reason, I cannot recommend this film enough. I personally love the DVD copy, the 2-disc DVD copy. I think it's awesome. It has a 7-part documentary on the behind the scenes and how we think they made King Kong for the most part. It's an amazing film. And one last thing before we end, I think this one quote from James Rolfe says it all about King Kong.
Together so well. And don't forget, this is a time when sound movies were still in their infancy. I can't think of anything that even comes close to being this groundbreaking. In film school, professors shove Citizen Kane up your ass and tell you it's the best movie ever made. Well, that too is a very monumental film, and it pioneered a lot of new techniques. But look at Kong, nearly a decade before it. Phenomenal visual effects, phenomenal soundtrack, and a timeless story of Beauty and Beast. It's an excellent film on every level. Why can't that be the best movie ever made? It shows fantasy and imagination, and that's what movies are all about.
Anyways, guys, this is RSR2264. Sound my amigos. Peace. And happy birthday, King Kong. You're 90 years old. Hopefully, can't wait to watch it when it's 100 years old.